Valentine, right? Last week was Valentine's Day. I don't know how your dozen roses are doing so far, but the truth of the matter is you really need to get real about things like money matters if your relationship really does in fact have a future. So joining us this morning, registered financial consultant and owner of Aegis Wealth Advisors, Tim Stesanoulias is here. Good morning,
Nicole.
to you.
Great to see you again.
Thanks for coming, because I was just telling you during the break, it always shocks me how many people don't discuss this thing. I mean, you really have to lay it all out there, right?
You do, and it's the biggest argument that couples normally have is about money, so really not talking about, especially before marriage, really is setting you up for failure. So, you know, ask questions like, are you conservative? Are you a risk taker? Are you a spender? Are you a saver?
Yeah.
How do you feel about, you know, your lifestyle? Are you overspending? Are you underspending? And then lay out what debts you have, what you own, put on a simple balance sheet, either on the computer or on paper, and then identify, you know, any potential obstacles going forward, and then figure out what you can pay down together. High interest credit card debt would be the first thing to start.
Okay, because if you're serious about somebody, you need to know if they're thousands of dollars in debt for student loans, which doesn't mean she's going to run, but you need to talk about it, right?
Right, and bankruptcies, foreclosure, all those things that could really throw a roadblock on future acquisitions like a home and things like that.
All right, let's talk about accounts, because there's a lot of debate over joint or individual.
Right, right. Well, you know, first of all, you know, before you even do that, look at your credit scores. You can pull all 3 credit scores for free, Equifax, Experian, and also TransUnion, and then look at the accuracy. 1 out of 5 people, or about 40 million Americans, have errors on those credit reports.
Really?
So be careful there. And then if there's one person that's higher than the other, maybe you should keep things separately. Otherwise, if you combine that, you could really have a difficult time buying a house, buying a car, or really paying too much interest. As far as bank accounts go, it's you know, it's logical. Just have a joint checking account for, you know, your normal monthly expenses. So that's mortgage, rent, utilities, interest, all those, I mean, insurance, all those different things, and then, you know, figure out how you're going to fund that. And then if you want to keep a separate account, you can do that. That'll actually give you some additional financial or fiscal independence.
Right.
And then you should actually figure out who's the one that wants to do the pencil pushing, the bookkeeping, the accounting, and identify that person, do those things on a monthly basis.
Right. Again, these aren't the most romantic talks. You don't see them in love movies, but you have to sit down and if you want a successful relationship. All right. And also budgeting. I mean, that's important as a single person. When you become a union, that's key, right? Well,
it is. And, you know, be realistic. Again, get it down on paper, do an Excel spreadsheet, use Quicken, whatever you're going to do, and identify, you know, you pretty much know what you got coming in. You should know what's coming out, but, you know, be flexible. Understand that you have to enjoy the ride, enjoy your relationship, and set aside money for those things like entertainment, going out to dinner, things like that. But, you know, get in a habit of saving on a regular basis, on a monthly basis. The goal is 3 to 6 months of an emergency fund, because if either one of you lose a job or is unemployed, you could really have, you know, issues with your relationship, and also going forward, you know, with the things that you really set up as goals. And then lastly, really is your retirement planning. How are you going to fund that? Does your employer give you a 401k, a 403b? Are they matching? If they're matching, that's free money. If they're not, if you don't have that available, do a Roth IRA, maybe do a regular IRA. I have a great piece on my website that actually anybody could use. It's about a 15-page ebook that outlines tax tips and techniques for 2013. All you got to do is go to my website, aegiswealthadvisors.com, request it, we'll send it to you.
All right, there you go. Print that out, enjoy it over maybe, you know, a bottle of wine, some candlelight.
Absolutely.
15 pages, important conversations to have. Tim, thanks for being here again.
Thanks, Nicole.
AegisWealthAdvisors.com, and we'll put a link from our site to his site. We appreciate you stopping by. All right, it's 7:57. Stay with us, Milwaukee.